So, hello, good evening, and it's good to be back. We kick back off this week, it's Sunday evening, but we'll call it this week, streaming with P0. It is round 10, and tonight the boys head to Britain. Since we've been away for a couple of weeks, of course, you'll get a rundown of exactly who is where in the standings, and of course, the theme of the season has been Red Bull all the way. Leon Evans leads the way in the title on 170 points. He's got his teammate and brother-in-arms, Alwyn, in P2 on 157, but it's close behind. Matty and Shiv tied third on 153, so they're only 4 points away from Alvin, and 17 points in the title, so it's a four-way battle. Skarma gets a good score this evening. He could bring himself into it as well. He's in P5 on 118. Then we get Michelando on P6 on 109. Rob Wells P7, the defending champion, on 95. Then we get Chubby Slug P8 on 86. Probably not the start of the season he was looking for. He was looking very good early doors, but the middle of the season has found some difficulty for Matoman. Then we've got Dixie in P9 on 82, and then ENTXJ P10 on the charge now on 78. Then it's Dale, who's had a great season so far. He's up there in P11 on 72. Then it's Yeri P12 on 40. EOJ P14 on 35. Then Laverick P15 on 33. Cam's not here, so it'll be Rodders in P16 on 28. Speechy P17 on 21. Jock P19 on 14. And Storm on 7. Constructors' Championship, no surprise, Red Bull leads the way. They've got a 102 point advantage, so they're on 327. We've got Alpine in P2 and 225. Then 44 points behind is the Mercedes boys. They're on 181. Then it's Ferrari P4 on 149. Alfa Romeo P5 on 139. Alpha Tauri P6 on 119. Williams P7 on 108. McLaren P8 on 102. Haas P9 on 99, and Aston Martin in 10th on 77. So Red Bull with that 102 point advantage, looking very, very comfortable as we come to round 10 in the season. So cars starting to get out on track. We'll get a little bit of data on the screen. And get the stream up. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, Skarma. It's an absolute pleasure to be back, and a good bit of racing, hopefully, to set us back up. Mini Laverick. And Laverick. Oh. So, some new drivers, some returned drivers as far as I'm aware. We've got Mini Laverick, of course, back, and Metcalf 85. I'm sure it used to be part of the P0 group. And I think it's not Chubby Slug leading the way, it could be Rodders. It is. So here's hoping we're set for some entertainment this evening. Britain usually has a good race. Hopefully it's nice and clean. And the boys can go and have a good time. Everybody, it's good to finally be back live, and of course the channel will be live again on a more consistent basis. So we'll have tonight and tomorrow evening. OTL heads to, I'm not sure actually, not 100% sure. Rodders is going to be one of the first men, and we will go on board. Not often we get one of the guys further down the order getting an on-board map, so we will with Rodders as we watch and goes. Through turn 1, easy flat out this year with the Rodders. So if you're on pad, it's better to have a lift through 2. Maybe just starting to find his feet, takes his break about 80 metres, coming much deeper on that through 3. Tuck it up nicely to 4, and through the count 5. Down the Wellington straight for the first time. Good evening, Jay. I hope you are well. Then into turn 6, and then from turn 6 you flick it straight into 7, the long right hander, and you just got to be cautious on the power, wait and feed the throttle in, then down towards Corpse Corner. We're having better days, sir. This is all that matters. And we just see there, Rodders front end of the car just struggling to cope with the speed to try to carry them into the Magus Beckett complex, one of the best complexes on racing. You get a good exit off Beckett's up the hanger straight. Pick your braking top of the straight. Let the car drift wide and then down into the last couple of corners on the circuit. Through the final corner he goes. Roddle's going to set the provisional pace. It's a 30.9. Well, I think Skarma, not far behind, is about to beat that. So into the last couple of corners for Skarma. And he's Alfa Romeo, jumps all over the curb. That's as much as you're going to get away with there. To the line he goes for 29.3 now, but we've got Leon Evans so fast, the big hitters coming round. I think Dixie maybe about to settle up or just opening a lap. But Leon does a 28.5, you see him put 8 tenths on Skarma straight away. Skarma in the gravel at turn 2. Metcalf having a moment. How's Mika Lando getting on? He's coming down into the last chicane now. And it's a 28.9, slots himself into P2, just ahead of EOJ, who also does a 28.924. The guy's looking a little closer this time around. Let's see, Rob Wills. I fancy Rob tonight. I think he should do very well here. And look at that, it's a 28.0, puts half a second on Leon. And really setting the pace, and I do fancy Rob for a good result this evening. But don't count out somebody like Jay, and of course we always know the Red Bull boys are going to be in there. Chubby Slug can keep his head down. Maybe there's possibility of result there for him as well. .4 for Speechy, slots down to P8, half a second up the road from Roddles. And Dixie invalidated his one. It would have been a 29.6, so he would have slotted in just behind Ship, about a tenth away. Dixie's teammate Box T is going to continue with the energy that he had, so he will be out of energy come the end of the lap. 27.9 is a reasonable first sector. Front end just struggling there. Let's see how much speed he can carry through Cops Corner. That was much better than we've seen from others. So Magus Beckett's small lift. Very well used the brakes. Good exit down onto Wellington State DRS opening you see the energy bottom left corner down to 13%, so that is going to compromise the closing of the lap. So Adam will know wherever he goes from here there's 1 or 2 tenths in it just in energy alone. And he's coming into the pits, so he's just going to get out of that lap. But Matty, oh, and we get on board. Is he just done that from left to right there? The car swaps ends. And unfortunately, that's it for him. Oh, excuse me, chat. Metcalf on another run, but he's invalidated that lap also, so I think he could be coming into the pits. As we have Leon now on his way. I think we'll see most of the drivers now head out for the second run as we get to almost 8 minutes into the session. So are we going to see somebody get closer to Rob up there in that P1 position? Can they close the distance? Got Laverick on a lap at the moment. Took on board with the Aston Martin. hopefully the Halo. Apologies. Couple of corners to go for Laverick. Mini Laverick somewhere else. On a lap also, but Laverick off the last corner he goes up to P8, so 29.6. And only a tenth away from Shiv ahead. Looking nice and tidy there through Maggots and Beckett's. Got his teammate up ahead, so I think it's probably best just to get on with his lap. He does not want to slow down and let him through now anyway. Chubby Slog goes on to a 27.9, pips Rob by just a little over a tenth of a second, so Rob got some work to do to get that pole position back. But Mini Laverick now, on his return, where is he about to slot that Haas? He goes up to P10, and pretty much identical to the other Laverick. 29.7, only 4/100ths of a second separating the two. Where is Leon on track? He's just going through turn 1 and 2. Oh, Mini Laverick is an or an old P0 champion. So I assume season 1 or 2 then. So there you go. A returning champion. Can he see out the top 10? First one back, of course a lot of drivers came a long way. So Mikel Lando. Would Dixie have a moment here? He's Dixie on a lap or off a lap? He invalidated his first run. I wonder, Leon Evans heading into the pits. ENTXJ himself up to P4 at 28.4. Mikel Lando up to 5th, 28.5, so there's some competition here. I was Shiv getting on, is he on a lap at the moment? No, 5 minutes, 14 seconds, oh that's another lap I think. First combo of Shiv for a hot lap round Silverstone through turn 1. Very little lift, easy flat through 2 down into the brake with 3, you take the brakes about 60 metres, nice and late, squeezes the power in 4th, browns it out wide, tucks it into the apex for 4, then get on the pivot through 5, down the Wellington straight, then into turn 6, the long sleeping left hander, find the brakes nice and late, about 40 metres, stuck up nicely to the apex, then into turn 7, a little bit of lag. We'll get away with that, and then you just got to wait to get on the pivot, use all of the road and keep it nice and tight through the kink here, close to the white line and keeping as far left as you dare, up through Cops Corner. How much can he carry? Small stab at the brakes, and that is a brave commitment into Cops. So Maggots and Beckett's to come. How much speed does he dare to carry as we see him, and we're going to see him come into shot any moment. There he is, and through he goes. We'll go back on board, and he's using every bit of the circuit. On now to the hangar straight. Nice and easy at the top of the straight. Couple of corners to go, and I think Shiv's going to improve here. Looking much tidier. through he goes on to P10. It's a 29.15, half a second on his lap. Gets a good chunk of time out and validates his second run. Dixie out and an out lap, the only man on the grid not to set a lap time at the moment. We really need to get moving. Matty, we're watching that lap there with Shiv. We've mixed Matty slot into P2 with a 28.039. He is 5/1000 away from Rob, but Rob's coming up the end of the straight. He's got a couple of corners to go. This is his second, and I think this will be his last run in fact for Rob, so it's this or bust for pole position. So can Rob snatch it back off of Chubby Slug in the closing stages? There's still be 3 minutes to go as he crosses the line, but for the moment he's down to a 27.7. He puts 0.2 of a second on Chubby Slug, and Rob Wills gets that McLaren back on to provisional pole. Leon Evans, he's got full energy, so he's on an out lap. Dale's just going to open. I think Shiv's on his way into the pits, but his session could be over. You've got to be on a lap now, or on an out lap, or you're not going to have any time if you're anywhere on track on an in lap. Your session is finished. And Scummer looking nice and brave into Maggots, and then Beckett's front of the car just squirming a little bit. You've seen it struggling to hook up DRS open, and he's 2/10 up in his time, so Scummer needs to find a little bit more and he can slot himself right into that midfield battle, that kind of P8, P7, P8, P9 mark. All very compressed. Has Scummer got any time through the last couple of corners? He's deep on the brakes, gets it tucked up nicely to the apex. Kissing both curbs absolutely beautifully through the last corner he goes. And where does Scummer put himself? He's up to P9. It's a 28.880, finds 0.4 of a second in the end, so he did find a couple of extra tenths through that last sector. And I think anybody coming out in an out lap now really needs to get a move on. You cannot be afford to be waiting, as Metcalf has a moment. Where is Dixie? He's coming up to Cops Corner, so we'll stay with the man in the Haas. Adam using all of the track beautifully there. He looked nice and tidy through Maggots and Beckett's. The 104.9. No indication to how much or where he's going to be roughly yet, because of course he's not set a lap yet. Seems to be carrying decent enough speed though. A couple of corners to go for Adam. It's going to be the one and only lap. So if he can get himself somewhere inside the top 10 with just one run, I think he'll be very, very happy. Through the last corner he goes. It's P12, it's a 29.2. He's a couple of tenths away, but let's see where everybody else is. Jay's a couple of tenths up. What about Leon Evans? He's half a second down. Chubby Slug coming up to the first sector. He's a tenth down in his first sector, so it's over for Scummer. What about Matty? He is on an out lap, I think. As is Alban Evans. And ENTXJ, he comes to the line. He goes up to P2. It's a 27.920. He beats Leon by 3/1000ths of a second, and look how close P2, P3 and P4, they're all in a 27.92, they're split 3 drivers by 7/1000ths of a second. That's absolutely bonkers. Check if that falls in the session. Leon's session is over, and I think it's over for ENTXJ. He's not going to get another run. What about Matty? Matty 10th and a half up through the first sector, so Matty's going to be one to watch. We'll filter back down the order. Aaron Evans, he's also just on a lap. What about Dixie? He's way down. Laverick's down in his lap. Metcalf's invalidated. Speechy, I think he is down. Roberts will pick up an invalidation. And Chubby Slug out of nowhere, he goes to a 27.5. It puts a 10th and a half on Rob Wills. Now he goes on to provisional pole. ENTXJ picks up an invalidation, but I think he's on an in-lap, and Matty's off the track. He's had a moment, and it's over, so Alan Evans can be the only man. How much have they got through the last couple of the last sector, last couple of corners? Christopher, he's 2/10ths up, so it's not going to be enough to get anywhere close to pole unless he's got a massive amount of time in the last sector. ENTXJ, of course, he's just passed. He's on his way into the pits. So Arwen Evans, can he get close to his brother? They're usually always pretty much on par, so I expect to see him round about that P45 mark. And where's he going to be for Arwen? Through the last corner he goes, and it's P6, a 28.1. Adams tyre around 20%. Oh, he forgot to change his tyres, the silly man. And that's it for qualifying. So Chubby Slug in the last run takes pole position away from Rob Wills, ENTSG in P3, Leon 4, Matty 5, Armin P6, EOJ P7, Lando P8, Scammer P9 and Dale in P10. Then it's Chevy Dixie, Laverick, Mini Laverick, and I've just lost the screen from where I was. Just there, Mini Metcalf and Rodders in P17. Oh gee, you were a couple of tenths up as well. It's looking to be a very competitive race between top 5, 6 here. Could be very, very good. I look forward to a spicy one. If you can all get and navigate the first couple of corners nice and cleanly, I think you should be on to what should be quite an entertaining race. So, on to the race. Chev also forgot to change his tyres on his... Oh my god. Guys, what's going on? Oh my god. Well, this just get very interesting. I was not expecting that. So, oh, the lap times didn't look. Oh, I don't even know how to take that. I don't know what setups people are running. It's so. Ah, full wets is a given. Game said dry. Oh, oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, boys, yous are in for a treat. So we're in for a long one. This maybe took the sting out of what could be a good race. So, who comes out top now in the wet? Oh, it's so hard to say. I've not seen the Red Bull boys really be flung with some tough weather. Be interesting to see how they cope in this situation. We know Mataman was good, but the no traction, that may pay dividends. Although he still looks strong in the wet conditions, maybe the wet it helps him actually tone down the throttle, make it a bit easier for him to just find the rhythm. Robin J is always going to be that consistent way if Rob can get off the lane. And any surprises from the back of the grid? Watch Dale, he'll be in about the top 6 in the first couple of laps. That tends to be his way. So we are waiting for a long time. Let's see if there's anything going on. So the timer starts, and just as I was wondering what was happening, we get the A-OK. Yep, he's in for a tough old race. So, formation lap, yes we do. So it's full wets. So it's going to be full wets for all, but just for qualification, there you go. So row 1 of a very, very wet British Grand Prix will be Chubby Slug and Rob Wells. Row 2, ENTXJ and Leon. Row 3, Matty and Arwen. Row 4, EOJ and Mika. Row 5, Scarma and Dale. Row 6, Shiv and Dixie. Row 7, Laverick and Mini Laverick. Row 8, Speechy and Metcalf. And row 9 on his own. So we have Rodos. Let's get it to position changed, because that's going to be the best one for the race start. And we will just filter through, having a look, see if there's anybody struggling particularly even on the out lap, or the formation lap, I should say. I am better, Stephen, thank you for asking. Appreciate everyone's concern for me over the last week, but things are better now. Enough about me, we got some wet British GP racing. Stephen, look at the grid, who do you fancy? Adam Clark to piss it. Ooh. Well, there we go. There is the call straight out the box from Mr. SPW. The triumphant returnement in OTL, we should say. You've been very, very good on your turn, sir. It's good to see you getting the results. You're driving Lawrence. So let's watch the back of the grid at once. No, Stephen. And Rodgers gets disqualified. We'll go on board with Chubby Slug as the British Grand Prix has 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and who gets the best grip of as the lights go out and away we go. And look at the Williams in P3 there, seems to get a good getaway. That's ENTXG's already going to jump in. Rob Chubby Slug's able to fend them off. We'll watch as they crest over the hill at turn 2. It'll be Chubby Slug from ENTXG, but it's ENTXG already having a look at Mataman. He thinks about sliding one down the inside, but has to think better of it. We get Dixie up 4 positions already, up to P8. He's just minding his business on the outside line. He's going to sneak a little bit on the inside, get himself up to P7. Squeeze out Michelando to go through turn 5. And Dixie managed to get himself up 5 positions as Rob Wells goes sliding out of turn 5 as he managed to keep the car on track. I think he has it now. Dixie is up to P5. There's a Red Bull steaming down the inside. He'll need to be careful there. Dixie leaves just enough space as Arwen Evans absolutely on the charge here. Look at him using the higher line to try and find some grip. But Dixie up 7 already, and look at Skarma as well, he's up to P2, and Mataman, he's at the moment as well, he's down 7 positions. So it's all went wrong for the guys at the front. ENTSG found the better of them all. Leon Evans stood fire, and the Red Bull boys, Leon and Arvin, are so good at getting themselves out of bother and nail the laps and just holding that position. They know the race is a long game and it's about keeping yourself in it. So Paul about to come under some pressure. We've got Matty close behind, then Dixie and Leon and Arvin, and these guys starting to put a bit of a break on now in Chubby Slug, but Chubby Slug will try and bring that gap down, which she's starting to. So as we get on to lap 2 of the race, ENTSG leads the way, Skarma P2, Matty 3, Leon 4, Dexy P5, bear in mind he started P12 on the grid, Arvin P6, Chubby Slug 7, Mika Lando 8, Shiv 9, Speechy rounds out the top 10 after the first lap of racing. And Balto's hitting this bar in. As we see Leon and Matty doing a bit of battle, is Leon trying to get through there. Let's stay with this one. And even though the wet conditions, we got a good bit of racing there to start. It's Mini Lavericks at the moment. This could be a safety car. It's VSC at the moment. So full course yellow, the pace neutralised for all. And Miles on the VSC. I will take this opportunity to grab the restroom. 1 second, chair. So we are back to green flag racing as we get our mod, as Leon is putting the charge down on Matty, but Matty just seems to have a bit more straight line speed in that Mercedes. Is Dixie now down to P6? I think that was Arvin maybe just getting through. So P4-5 for 1 and 2 in the championship. They've been chased closely by Dixie. Is Dixie close enough to make a move here? I don't think so. And it's Matty holding the train up now. We got a yellow flag. I think that could be Laverick having a moment. As Adam picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. And Laverick out. Could this be a safety car here? No, we're straight back to green flag, so no issue at all. Skarma now stretching his legs a little bit as Leon comes through and Matty. The Red Bull man getting through. And Matty tucks back in behind. And Matty now under pressure from the other Red Bull. He's got to be careful here. We'll go on board with Arvin Evans as we come through the final corner. And the Red Bull boys just seemingly having a bit more grip at the moment. Good evening to all, I hope you are well. And Arvin Evans chooses to bide his time. He knows this opportunity will come, but you'll need to be careful because here's Dixie having a look. He's using that higher line, so he's looking for the better exit here, and you see he's going to close right up. He just backed out a bit, which is going to cost him. I felt he should have just kept his foot in it a little bit there. So looking at the gaps, is this Arwen Matt A. Batten, sorry. I'm going to say Matoman. But Matty just seems to have some good straight line speed in the car, but Arwen, sorry, is tucked up behind. He's going to try and make a move. He can't this time, can he focus on the better exit? He's got to try something here. He gets on the throttle. It's Matty has a big moment in the rear of the car that goes side by side through the last chicane. We need a better camera angle for that. Come on, game. But I think Arwen has managed to get that position through. We'll change to Matty. Yes, he has. And Dixie now, on the back of that, Chubby Slug's been brought back up into that fight. Oh, he's had a big moment there, and Dixie getting the run, and Matty now. Dixie will get through as we're on board there with Matto Man. Him and Matty are going to be side by side. Through 6, and then wheel to wheel through 7. Little bit of wheel touch there. But I think Adam will get through. And now Matty's going to come under pressure from Matto Man. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. I think Matty had a bit of an oversteer moment. He's done so well there not to end in retirement. Oh, he's only like 10th in the championship, Stephen. So Bobby's got much 4.7 or 4.5 seconds adrift, 4.6. Oh, got Jay out there in first. And for a moment, who's that? Is that Speechy? Yes, it is. Speechy having a little bit of an incident. It's Dixie now being dropped a little bit from the Red Bulls. He's still under pressure from Matoman. We're on lap 6 of the Grand Prix. On Chubby Slug's round, and he's going to be on the wall. And has he picked up any damage there? That is the question. So I think he's managed to stay away from damage there. And keeping his foot in the throttle and letting the rear of the car rear right go into the wall. Has saved him well there. Is Mikel Lando going to be able to make the move in Matty? Not this time around. Dixie now got himself a bit of a clean air. He's cleared his penalty gap in P5. He's got to keep his head down as Skarma now starts to come under pressure from the Red Bull duo. How can Matty this bad? You're ruthless, Steven. Oh, and Skarma goes a bit wide, so here comes Leon. That's going to give him all the opportunity he needs to sweep through. Now can Arwen Evans capitalise on Skarma's misfortune? I don't think he'll get close enough. So, Skarma now under pressure from the second Red Bull. Red Bull eyeing a double podium yet again this season. Chubby Slug picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. Here comes Leon on Skarma. Arwen, sorry. Skarma braver on the brakes. Made him think twice. Here we go now. But Skarma. Oh, we've got a full course yellow. VSC out. Could that be a full safety car? Just a VSC. And Skarma going to pit. So that's an interesting call. I have done a wet Britain race and I've done a good stint on the wets. So Skarma filters out and he is the back of the grid. So he's got a lot of work to do now. And of course the Red Bull boys have now been released. What, I get taken out that race, Stephen? I went P13 to P4 and then Minder got hit on the safety car restart. That was the one race I was doing well, so I went Britain and I get nailed. Back to green flag racing. And now it is a Red Bull 2-3. Dixie is well clear of that penalty gap, so hold on to that P4. And Mikel Lando now the lead man in that train. And it's a train all the way down to P11. So the race is not over, not even a third of the way through. Oh well, just over a third of the way through, surely. Adam Clark, yes, very well fought, so he's pulling away from this P5 in Malone. I think he probably knows he's not in the pace of the lead, guys, but as long as he's pulling away from Mika Lando, etc. behind, he's doing a good old job. Shiv quite quietly about his business today. He's up 4 positions as well. Metcalf up 8. He's from P16, he's up to P8, he's having a great run. As we see, Metcalf fell down the inside, but I think he's going to go too deep. As does EOJ there. And nearly a bit of contact between the two. So, does one release the other here? If you're Red Bull, what do you do? Alwyn Evans is happily sitting in the back of Leon, which would make you think, is there a bit more pace in the car if he's got some clean air? I think so. Mika Lando picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings, so I don't know, be very welcoming that. EOJ picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings. And Mika Lando now, you're starting to break away a little bit. This pack opening up. Look at Rob Wills and EOJ, here he goes. And Mataman getting involved in this battle. They're going to be 3 wide, almost into 1. Who comes out the better of it at turn 2. Mataman will sweep down the inside line of his teammate. EOJ though got some good speed on the high line. He looks back at Rob. Oh, he gets very close. A bit of contact, and Matoman is going to pick him up there. I don't think he got any damage. And Rodders now will scamper on through. He'll get on the energy and he'll get the better run against EOJ, who's pretty much out of energy. Let's see how this one plays out through turn 6. Rodders is going to keep his nose in that one. Goes a little bit off track. That's fine. And Roddles gets through on EOJ. So Adam found some pace somewhere, starting to pull in the guys at the front. He got 1.6 seconds. So almost halfway in the race, ENTSJ leads the way. He's got an 8.3 second gap to Leon in P2. But of course he's picked up that penalty. Then we got Alwyn Evans in P3, Dixie P4, Mika Lando 5, Matty P6, Shiv 7, Metcalf P8, Rob Wills P9 and Rodders rounding out the top 10 minutes. EOJ, Swartman tail and Shelby Slug Swartman onto that new wet tyre. Leon Evans starting to be a little bit of a gap on his brother. That's interesting. Gap over 1 second. Allen there, just you seen him waiting to not pick up any warning or penalty. So that would tell me maybe Alvin's got a couple of warnings already. Let's go to this battle further back here. It's all kicking off again between Rodders and EOJ. Maybe we'll see some moves. Skarma as well on that fresh style. It's going to load with Paul. Nothing coming there, but he is going to get a better run off the corner now. He's going to use the energy as EOJ bails to the pit lane. So into the pits he goes. Matty now picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings for Shiv. Leon and Arvin, the only three drivers, inside the top 10 without penalties now. And Albin Evans now picks up a time penalty, so he was very close. And the time penalty now comes, so will that light a fire in Dixie's belly? He's only 1.6 seconds behind, halfway point in the race. Will he try and start to push on a little bit and close that distance down? Because he can get the position on track now. Of course, that's a podium. Or should Red Bull at least try now release Harwin? Oh, and ENTSG, oh, he's in the pits. So ENTSG pits, this is interesting. The pit stop. I'm not so sure. But that is the way. Where is ENTSG going to come out? Just ahead of Skarma, so Skarma was closing in. Race leader right there. So top three now, Leon, Alvin, Dixie. Then it's Mika Lando in P4, Matty P5, Shiv 6, Metcalf P7. EOJ picks up another time penalty for multiple warnings. Whoa, that was mighty close there. Rob has a moment. Firstly, Rob does very well to keep out the barriers, but the closing speed between him and ENTSG. A little bit scary. ENTSG will just need to wait and bide his time a little bit here. Focus on the exit. Gives plenty space. And on the energy he goes. Up now to P7. And Leon Evans in the pits as well. So, some opting to pit. That's obviously maybe just in reaction. So look how much Leon Evans has lost out now. It's... whoa. So now you wonder, is it the right call? Do you want to be behind the traffic in wet conditions? Probably not. Dixie's still on a 10th off his PB sector 1, so you're not exactly lapping miles off the pace. points, you're still well within the window of a very good stint. So, decisions. I'll stay on Matty for a moment, chat. I will be back. Apologies there, chat. So, Dixie now leads the way. Gap 2.5 seconds. ENTSG 6.8 seconds behind Matty. So both Red Bulls boxed. 10 laps to go. Where did the drivers see this one going? I'm intrigued. It's not worth pitting now, in my opinion. Skarma a little bit wide there. Leon Evans going to try and jump in up. Skarma straight line speed, far superior. Not much doing there for Leon that time. ENTSG sets the fastest lap of the race, Matty into the pits. Gap now 10.7 seconds. ENTSG needs 1 second a lap or more. That is a lot of time in the wet conditions. Let's see how this one plays out. 9 laps to go at the British Grand Prix. Leon Evans and Arwen still stuck. Matty's fell 12.3 seconds back, so it's not worth pitting. You cannot box now. And I think Dixie and Michelando here are fighting it for the win. Let's see how much pace Jay can maintain. Can he keep pushing? Adam just needs to keep his head. The gap is coming down, but once you're tucked up behind, it's a different story. To find the sweet spots, keep squeezing that power in, focusing the exits. Getting a good exit in the wet. Pretty much impossible for your opponent to get through. 8 to go. The gap between ENTXJ and Mika, 9.1 seconds. So that would say he needs about 1.1 seconds a lap now, does ENTXJ. So I don't know, he needs to start using more energy. He's got a big advantage. Every time he's on a little bit of straight, just give himself a little burst. It's just going to and from the now. What these two guys need to not do is get in a battle and let ENTXJ bring himself back into the fight. They're about to go into lap 19, so there'll be 7 to go. The gap at the end of the lap will be around 7 points. So second is Mika Lando into the pits. Well. Mika Lando box. So I think Adam now just needs to bring the car home. He's guaranteed the podium, P2. But pitting that late in the race was not the way. So Rob Wilson Shiv now in the battle for that podium position. How this race has changed as we go into the closing phases. We're almost on to lap 20, so we'll be down to a 6-lap shootout. The gap between Dixie and ENTXJ is 8.2 seconds. Can and will ENTXJ close that gap down? So a tasty little battle coming up. Armin Evans managed to get himself back up to P5. He's all over the back of Rob Wilson. Armin can still get himself back onto a podium here, but picks up that second time penalty now, which is not what he needs at all. And now he is really going to have to push, but Rob Wilson gets some good straight line speed in the McLaren, able to fend them off for now. Good car position there for Rob. But look at Armin Evans grab, he's just going to sneak up the inside off the last corner there. And through he goes. He's up to P4 now. 6 laps to go. He gapped 6.7 seconds. This is going to be so close at the end of the race, chat. Can Dixie win the British Grand Prix? How things have changed as the race went on. Can he win the Grand Prix? He needs to use the energy. Come on, Adam. Every straight, get on that energy. So much in reserve. You're giving up too much lap time if you want to win this race. You've got to use it. And as we say that, look how spicy the battle for the podium's getting. We've got Shiv, Alvin, Leon, Rob and Skarma now coming to get involved. Leon and Skarma, of course, no penalties. So they are very much in this. I think it could be Leon P3, Skarma P4 at this point. So the gap is going to be around 5 seconds, 5 laps to go, chat. Oh, it's going to be the last lap in the race. Let's go, the amateur balance with Cat Bobbish. Armin nearly getting right into the back of Shiv there. He's got to be super careful. If Rob Wills now into the pits, why is Rob boxed? No, it's too late to box. You should have just seen the tyres home. No, Metcalf's also at a moment. He filters down to the back. Mattelmann's going to look for a move. He's just got to be careful as he tries to fend his way through the traffic. So Chev now being stalked, and this is the Red Bull way. They seem to stalk in twos. And Chev will look out his left mirror and see a Red Bull, and he'll look out his right mirror and also see a Red Bull. Not the nicest situation to be in, but I'm sure the experienced brain shall prevail. And Jay is now well in the window. I think it may even be a lap before the end of the race. Can Leon find a way through on Chev? That is the question. Chev holding on dearly. Of course Leon doesn't have to. He's probably not going to close the 16-second gap, so he's probably just going to try and see out a podium. But it's going to be Jay and Dexy fighting it out. 4 laps to go for the victory. Gap to Dexy, 2.6 seconds is coming down. It's still somehow Chev keeping the Red Bulls at bay. Scummer just choosing not really to get involved in this. I think the fact he's got no penalties makes him quite comfortable. He knows he doesn't need to take too much at risk. But here comes Leon now. He's going to try and get the run, but Chev has just got a bit of fairlight speed. I'm going to see Arwen make a move against his brother. He doesn't. He lifts off a little bit as Leon looks to the inside line, and now Leon will cost Arwen a bit of time. Up over the hill as now he dives to the inside line. Chev will need to respect him being there. He'll look for the cutback, roll it round the outside now, go for the better exit through the last corner, but he's got another Red Bull now and he's inside as Arwen gets up in there. They'll go 3 wide, almost get into turn 1. Chev gets himself back in front of the Arwen, but Leon manages to see his way through on the Alpine, and Arwen now is going to look for the move, but Chev just covers that off. And Chev loses out on 1, but he knows if he can keep, he knows that he's fighting Arwen for track position, although Arwen's got that 6-second penalty. Then we've got a yellow flag, Chuppy Slug DNFs. And that's brought out the safety car. The safety car is out. Why has it done that? Oh, did Matterman drop off the last corner? Oh my god. And this could be what Adam Leon could win this race. Adam could have been about to be robbed of a race victory. And Chev gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Throttle add insult to injury. Maybe one to be removed though, and it's going to take a long time for this race to get going again. It'll be a 1-lap shootout. Do not pit Adam, what are you doing? No, what's he doing? Maybe that's smart actually, maybe that's smart, I don't know. Maybe Adam's actually got me there. Fresh set of tyres to go at Jada. Oh, so maybe not. He should get out in time. It depends if Leon and Co get released. Oh, and it's such a slow pit lane. So how close is it going to be here between them? Dixie needs release now, he needs to get out that pit lane pronto. No. Did he get that one? Oh, I don't know. No time penalty showing up. Let's give him a fresh tyre now. So let's see how this one plays out. It's going to be like one lap of racing though. So I'd have preferred track position there because everybody comes off for cold tyres. Yeah, I'd have stayed out in that situation still. I think it's only going to be a lap. With the pack coming off of cold tyres, it's rare you see somebody pounce on the leader, because the leader has all the advantage in the restart. Oh, and it's going to be 2 laps of racing safety car in this lap, so that's not how I thought it would be. Rob Burrows gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So it's absolutely on for Leon here. And how things have changed. So let's stay on board with ENTXJ and wait for him to pull that trigger. And he is away, so have they been able to react good to that? Dixie's got a seemingly good launch, he's all over the back of Leon Evans, and of course he's got that fresh rubber, so he needs to use that to his advantage. Get on the energy, and he needs to push like mad now. If he wants this, he needs to go for it. It's back to Green Flag Racing, and it's ENTXJ from Neon, Dixie, Alvin, P4, Skarma, P5. As we head down into turn 3 for the first time off the restart. It's only going to be 2 laps of racing, so you really need to be on it here. And here comes Dixie through the kink. He needs to be careful there, gets back on the energy. He should preempt closing speed there. He's got to foresee it coming. And here he goes, so Dixie's going to go through. He'll get himself up to P2 now. Can he hunt ENTXJ down? He has about a lap and a half to do it. He's the only man on the fresh rubber. Is it going to be enough though to push on through for that race victory? He's got to remember, clear 3 seconds to Leon Evans. Ooh, 1.5 with 1 lap to go. And Adam, don't defend that, you've got to keep your eyes ahead. The guys behind their penalties, and Leon Evans is going to jump you anyway. Gets a good X off the last corner, so on to the last lap we go. ENTXJ P1, Dixie P2, Leon P3. As it stands, Leon will take the race victory after penalties with that late safety car from Matterman. Shaking it up dramatically as ENTXJ has a big moment there. Adam is going to get the gap down a little bit more. It's down to 9/10 of a second. And have they got enough pace? Can they break the penalty gap? I think Skarma's just fell away a bit. SPW. Oh, and Arwen Evans has picked up a time penalty, and it's Leon. So this is going to be it. It's all for this on track now. Leon picks up a time penalty in the closing laps, and that'll be it all over now. Skarma's out the gap, so it's between Jay, Dixie and Leon for who can get it. Can Adam do enough to sling some form of a move here? He's got ENTSG just ahead. He's got the fresh rubber. One more opportunity, but I think Jay's just got to have the energy to hold him at bay this time around. Into the right hander, there's a couple of corners to go, and I think Adam's too far away. ENTXJ with 3 corners to go. Into the last chicane he goes. Adam getting very, very close, but I think it's not enough. ENTXJ off the last corner he goes. He will win in Britain. It's a solid day for Dixie. He gets P2, P3 for Leon, Arwen P4, but Skarma will be promoted. It's a P4 for Skarma, P5 for Mika, Arwen down to P6. Dale gets a P7, another solid result for the Alpine man. Shiv P8, Matty 9, EOJ P10, Rodders P11, Rodders P10, EOJ P11, Metcalf P12 and Rob Wills coming out the back straight to what will be P13. What an ending to the race, chat. What an ending. And there Rob closes out the session. Dixie gets the driver of the day from the game. So there is the final classification. ENTXJ first, Dixie P2, Leon 3, Skarma P4, Mika Lando P5, Arwen 6, Dale 7, Shiv P8, Matty P9 and Rodders rounds out the top 10. But on that, let's get Jay and Leon in for a chat. Dixie's already in the party, so you just need to join. And Leon. So Leon Evans 02. Not Evans. 1, 2. Let's add them in. Bear with me 1 second, chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry for the small delay there. Who do we have? We have Leon and we have Adam. We'll wait for Jay to come in if he's going to join. Let's see. Rob says jobby. That's how he feels. And Jay is here.
Hello.
Jay, good evening. Very, very well done, first and foremost. It was looking a very comfortable race, of course, until the late drama. just seemed to have a little bit more in the conditions. You adapted very well, very quickly. I think that was key, to be able to just build a gap. And then that gap was ultimately taken away when you pit. Did you have all intentions to do the pit stop?
Yeah, I did. When I pit like, I think 14, my tyres were like 65%, so I didn't think I was gonna make it to the end.
So then once you box, of course, you go on a bit of a charge mission. You get yourself back through, of course, some other guys pit in front. I think you triggered a whole momentum of pit stops. And then you get yourself back out in front, or you get yourself back into P2 to what looked to be a very entertaining ending between yourself and Dixie. The gap was coming down about what it had to be to where it was going to be, probably a second with just 1 or 2 laps to go. And I was intrigued to see how it played out, but it all changed with the safety car.
Yes, yeah.
And then it was just a case of getting the car home afterwards. Happy? Were you worried about the Leon penalty, or not, lack of a penalty from Leon as well?
Definitely, but he would have won if he didn't pick one up late. But I made a mistake in the last lap where I went very wide, so the gap went from like 2 point something to all the way down to like 1.5. So yeah, Leon was definitely a worry, and yeah, before the safety car came out, I thought I also made mistakes as well, which extended the gap between me and Adam. I think it would have definitely came down to the last lap, which would have been really interesting, but yeah, just managed to. No, it would have been, and yeah, no, but thankfully, yeah, on that last lap down the Hangar Straight, I just had the straight line speed, just keep ahead, and yeah, it was a very interesting into the race.
And of course, going into a race like that, well, what's the mindset when you go onto the grid and see that soaking wet conditions, especially when you've not been told?
I was a little bit worried, but I am very confident in the. I'm probably more confident in the wet on this F1 than I am in the dry, to be honest. I don't really know how that works, but
I would say it is
yeah.
one of your strengths, wet driving this year.
Yeah, I'm really confident in the wet, but the setup wasn't really optimal for wet conditions, so I was a little bit worried, and I didn't want to get caught up in many incidents, because I know it probably caught a lot of people off that it was raining. So yeah, my focus was trying to just get through lap 1 cleanly and then seeing what happened, and unfortunately Mataman had a little mistake on the exit, I think, of turn 4.
That's normal.
yeah, true. Yeah, very true. So yeah, when Mataman had that little incident, I felt pretty confident I could maintain the gap.
So on a whole, a very good day in the office, Jay, regardless. All adversity flung at you from that lead position or coming through from your pit stop, you seemed to deal with it very well. I think it was a nice, cool and calm race from your side. And of course, another good haul of points should get you up the championship a little bit more. Slowly but surely, you're bringing yourself up 1 or 2 positions every week. And if you keep this up in a couple of weeks' time, I'm pretty sure you'll be right up in that championship fight.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully I can work my way back up. Hopefully.
A very good job today, sir. A very smooth and methodical drive, which is very much what you need at a wet Britain. So good job.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Adam, we don't get to do this very often. I watched and reminisced a little bit. So, Jay was talking about his tyre with Adam. Were you going to box at all? So you had no intention. Because I've got a little bit of experience in it myself, and I did take a set of inters, the distance. Of course, wets are just a little bit different, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to be possible. But you've seen there, you have a couple of mistakes as the tyre wear came in. If you keep that smooth, I think, and you don't have a safety car, you probably win that race. Well, that was my view. That's why I said no, no, because my take, especially in wet conditions on a safety car restart, it's impossible for anybody to have their tyre in the window. So the first lap of a safety car restart is very much everybody just trying to get through the corners. And I thought you would rather lead from that position, albeit the wear, because it's the temperature phase that's the issue for people. So as long as you get away well, which you're in control at the front, you can. But which you did. Yeah, of course. That kind of neutralised it, because for me, all the way up to then, I had pretty much it was on for Leon. Leon had got his lifeline. He needed to kind of close that gap he'd lost. We'll come to Leon in a wee bit, because his race was an interesting one as well. But yeah, it was good to see you in about it. You probably say send on some more wet racing? No biscuits. Yep. Which I think that's the best way in the wet conditions as well. So very good job, sir. A driver of the day, worthy performance. So very well done. And we will go on to Leon. Probably the more eventful one of the top three, but use Red Bull boys, by God, somehow you've got a way of getting one car onto that podium every week. You just cannot stay away from it. A little bit disappointment, maybe bittersweet, Leon, with how the race ended, because it was definitely on, right? You had the pace to stay there and stay in that penalty window. And I want to talk about one part of your race, particularly, Leon, when you pit, it seemed to put you right at the back of the traffic, and for me, out the podium, guys, you were one of the drivers that really had to work for it. That wasn't an easy P3 this week, because when you came out in that pack after your pit stop, you really had to push on through, you and your brother. But another podium, Leon, in terms of Red Bull and the constructors. That's the gap extended even more. The Williams was only team, and Mercedes as well had two drivers inside the top 10. So, in tricky conditions, I think still a solid enough result, right? In a race like that, you've just got to see the checkered flag, in my opinion. You don't want to be losing points in the tricky races. If you're scoring them, then you're doing something okay, right? And it's always nice to get one up on your brother as well. So very good job, Leon, on the Leon. Sorry, I called you Liam there. How dare I? Been getting names wrong all night. Another podium in the bag. I don't know how many that is this season, but it's a fair few. I think probably 8 or 9 would be a good estimate. I think there's only maybe been 1 or 2 races where you've not been on the podium, Leon. So the strong consistency continues. So is this 9 in a row? Oof, not bad at all. Fortune favours the brave, sir. So very good job, Leon. Championship and Constructors both firmly gripped a little bit more as the season goes on. I think if somebody doesn't wipe one of you out, they're going to be a hard team to beat. And I do not condone any vicious driving at all. But good job this week, Leon. A very, very solid P3. So well done to Jay, to Adam. That's probably the only time I'll say that this season. And to Leon. I'm sure I'll see Jay and Leon many more. Adam maybe some. And until tomorrow. Where is OTL tomorrow, Adam? Oh, it's France week. I'm winning on Wednesday, so better tune in for that. But tune in and join me tomorrow for OTL at France. So until then, we will see you very soon.